Okay, today we're going to be changing some tires on this wonderful tire machine. It's a mag wheel machine made by Sam, C-E-M-B, I don't know, whatever it is. It's a nice machine. Here we go. First thing we're going to do is cut the air out of this thing. We usually use a core puller outer. Just thread it in there, pull the core out, let all the air out of this thing. Now a real tire shop is just going to take this thing, usually rip the whole thing right off. The other end's going to cut off, fall inside the tire. Not a big deal, because if I'm paying $1,000 for a set of tires, you better give me a new $1 valve stem. But this is a high school shop. We don't have the funding for that, so we're just going to reuse these. Yay! Next we're going to pop the bead off of this. We got the crazy little shovel thing here, which is going to be actuated by this crazy little foot pedal that happens to also show a picture of what's going on in case you're completely dumb. One time I was working in the metal shop and some kids were in here with a different teacher and I heard, "Go freaking pow!" And I came in to go, what the heck was going on? And the kids were over here looking stunned and slightly deaf. And I said, "Did you forget to take the air out of this?" And they're like, "Oh yeah!" So you want to make sure the air is gone so that we can easily pop this thing off. So I'm going to put my foot on this beautiful pedal over here. I'm a control freak, so I like to put one hand on this just to make sure I control where it goes. Don't let it control where it goes. And pop that bead right off. You might have to do it in a couple places. You probably have to do it on both sides. One, beauty. Once the bead is busted off on both sides, you can slap this puppy down onto here. And step on the crazy pedal. It looks like it locks it in place. And it locks the wheel in place so it ain't going nowhere. Now we can set up the machine. There's two things you need to set up with this thing. One is this arm that comes down to rest on the rim. You're going to pull it so it's touching, pull it there, then lift this lever up. This lever actually pulls it a little bit off the rim so it doesn't actually touch. You'd be mad as hell if you bought a set of mags and somebody scratched the hell out of them because it's touching. Next is this screw to move this so it's just off of the wheel. Doesn't take much, just a little bit of a tweak. Off the wheel, now we're ready to pull the tire off. Next we need some Lube-Lube. I just use soapy water. There is fancy stuff that you can buy that's a little bit expensive, but it's a high school shop. Yeah, you got it. We don't have the funding for this. So we put a lot of the Lube-Lube on here. If you want to save these tires and use them again, you're going to need to Lube-Lube them. A little is not enough. Use quite a bit. Once you get it Lube-Lube so it isn't going to rip the hell out of your tire, use this end of the pry bar, hook the bead under here, push down on the other side, pry that puppy up, keep your hand on this so it doesn't fly across the room and skewer your friend, and then push the rotate button down here. Easy peasy. One side, same thing, grab the other side. Off comes the tire, just like that. Once the machine's set up, you can do it all your tires just as easy. Oh, look, here's our brand new tire. We're going to put this brand new tire on. We're going to Lube-Lube the bead on the wheel so it seats nicely all the way around. Around the outside, around the outside, around the outside. We're going to Lube-Lube the bead on the tire because we want it all to slip and slide nice and great. If your tire has an outside, put it on the outside. Slide this guy over, over this, under that, in there. Over, under, in and out. That's what tire shops are all about. Over, under, in. And out. Done. Bam! Love it. Next we inflate that puppy, which is using this guy right here. Next we're going to inflate the thing so the air will pop this bead right up there. For heaven's sakes, don't put your finger in there. That would be dumb. It's kind of hard to pick your fingers up after you just cut them off. Here's a foot pedal to give you some air. You push it down a little bit, you get some air to fill the tire. Push it down all the way, and it blasts air out these holes right here, which help inflate the tire on the rim, and it sounds like this. Noisy, don't like it. Don't put the core back in yet. We want the air to get in there fast and fill it up. If the bead doesn't start to seat, we can blast air from underneath by pushing the pedal all the way down. We're going to pop the bead. This one's going to pop. Bam! There's usually two pops. One on the top, one on the bottom. You can put the core in at this point. Some people have different philosophies. One philosophy is let all the air out of the tire, let the tire relax against the rim, and then fill it back up to full air pressure. Some people say, to hell with that. I'm not going to waste my time waiting for the air to come out of it, so let's just throw the core in right away and start filling it up again. You decide what works for you. fill up to whatever the manufacturer of the vehicle recommends, not what the tire says. The tire says what the tire can take, whether it's 60 pounds, 50 pounds, or 300 pounds. That's what the tire says. You need to fill it up to what the car says. You're going to fill the tires up to what the vehicle manufacturer recommends. This vehicle manufacturer recommends 30 pounds per square inch, so we're going to fill it up to 30 pounds. Not what the tire says, that's just what the tire can take. We've got to set it up to what the car is supposed to have, 30 pounds. There we are, bam. Next we want to make sure this valve core is not leaking, so all we do is hawk a loogie into it and make sure that there's no bubbles coming out. Yummy. No bubbles, good. Put the cap on. Always put the cap on. Customer doesn't want to see bare naked valve stems. We've got to have a cap on there. The tire unlocking foot pedal, and we can go balance it. Yay! 2 thumbs up. Well, 1. Hey, check this out. Hung this up on the wall because a kid completely destroyed it. No lube around the tire, ripped the bead off of the tire. That thing will never ever seal ever. They didn't have it in the drop center. When it's over, under, in, and out, we've got to have the tire bead in the drop center. You'll never get this tire on the wheel. There it is, hung up. Look at that. You want that to happen to you? No, you don't. Say no.